Today in Chicago, we're facing the heat, a detention that shook the community, and a puzzling string of burglaries. Hold on to your seats. I'm Dean Bark, and welcome to the City Report in Chicago. Cook County heat wave claims 6 lives, marking deadliest July in over a decade. Let's cut to the chase. Officials confirm at least 6 heat-related deaths this month in Cook County, most of them under 60 and dealing with underlying health conditions that the extreme temperatures made deadly. From June 30th through July 2nd, air temperatures sat in the upper 90 degrees. The heat index pushed past 100 degrees. 2 victims named by the medical examiner include Victor Ferguson, who died on July 2nd of heat stroke, and Stephanie Rodriguez, who died on July 9th from complications of heat stroke. Here's the latest scoop. Public health experts say these deaths are preventable with adequate cooling access, hydration, and wellness checks. Yet gaps persist in the city's cooling network, especially on weekends and holidays. Heat kills more people nationwide each year than any other weather disaster, and it's often undercounted when death certificates miss or misclassify the role of extreme heat. Climate change is the slow drumbeat behind all of this. Longer, hotter spells are becoming the norm. My take: it's baffling that in 2026, we're still losing neighbors to heat because doors to cool spaces aren't open when people need them most. Let's pivot to the next story. Chicago custodian detained by ICE, community rallies for family support. Josue Pire Hidalgo, a custodian with Chicago Public Schools since July 2025, was detained by ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, during a scheduled check-in on July 17. He and his family are asylum seekers from Venezuela who entered the United States in late 2022 and followed the legal process to apply for protection. Neighbors and local unions are stepping in with financial and emotional support for the family, who, by all accounts, have been working and complying with the requirements. Advocates point to a broader pattern. ICE has shifted much of its enforcement from high-profile workplace raids to detaining people during routine appointments. It's swift, quiet, and it puts family unity at risk in an instant. Personal opinion: detaining someone like Josue, who followed the rules and has no criminal record, is a harsh reminder of a system that too often confuses compliance with culpability. Shifting gears, string of gambling burglaries hits Burbank, New Lenox, and Palos Hills. Police across the Southland are investigating coordinated break-ins where masked suspects use sledgehammers and pry bars to smash into businesses and rip open video gaming machines for the cash boxes. It's a quick in, quick out operation and very costly for small operators. The month's blotter doesn't stop there. On July 5th, there were reports of reckless firearm discharge in Burbank. On July 7th, gambling burglaries hit Burbank. By July 11th, there was an aggravated battery arrest in Lockport Township. In New Lenox, one getaway car was abandoned on the highway, because apparently nothing says inconspicuous like ditching your wheels mid-escape. The pattern has investigators considering whether an organized crew is targeting vulnerable spots across municipal lines. My read: the brazenness suggests planning, scouting, and a sense that security is patchy enough to exploit. Time to close the gaps before the copycats show up. Moving on. 15-month probe uncovers prostitution ring in Chicago suburbs, 6 men charged. Prosecutors with the Kane County State's Attorney's Office say their human exploitation unit led a multi-agency investigation spanning Aurora, West Dundee, Rockford, and South Elgin. On July 16th, 6 men were arrested on charges including promoting prostitution and forgery tied to false leases. Some of the alleged activity took place in residential areas and near schools, which raises the stakes for neighborhood safety. This is where cross-jurisdictional cooperation matters. Different towns, shared suspects, and victims who need coordinated services and a safe exit. Personal opinion: operations like this running close to schools are deeply disturbing. Collaboration across agencies is the only way to break the business model behind trafficking and exploitation. And now for something completely different. Gary Council pushes for green steelmaking in major environmental resolution. The Gary Common Council in Northwest Indiana passed a resolution urging U.S. Steel to move toward greener methods, specifically direct reduction, which uses natural gas to create sponge iron, and electric arc furnaces that melt iron and scrap with electricity. The goal is to modernize, cut emissions, protect public health, and keep union jobs in a community built on steel. U.S. Steel's response: transitioning at Gary Works is complex, likely requires a new facility, and could reduce jobs in the near term. Activists and residents counter that the long-term economics and health gains justify charting a path now. It's a classic Midwest tension: industry identity versus the future of clean manufacturing. My take: the push for green steel is bold and needed, but the company's hesitance underscores the hard math of retrofitting a massive legacy plant. Well, that's one way to look at it. The other is that standing still carries its own risks. And that's your report for today. Thanks for tuning in to the City Report with Dean Bark in Chicago. Keep cool, stay safe, and join us again tomorrow.